One, yeah, right. Good morning, YouTube. My name is Endo Miller, and today on TALKNTALK, we're going to talk about accomplishment, think about our portfolio and job stuffs, something that we need to, some tips about how to prepare to this, to a job interview and so on, and this kind of issue here. Beatriz, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, sure. Good morning, guys. I'm new here at TALKNTALK. I am 35 years old. I've lived here in São Paulo for 12 years, but I'm from Curitiba, in the south of Brazil. And I graduated in food engineering, and today I work at the procurement area. So my main goals with the English practice is to use in my job experience. And personally, I like to play sports, and I like to travel and watch movies, go to the cinema. I like to be in the nature, so I love to travel to beaches and mountains. I think it's it.
Okay, nice. Thanks a lot. Mariana, your turn, please.
Hello, I'm Mariana. I'm from Casa Branca, a small city in São Paulo. I'm a geophysicist, as you.
Wow.
I have a degree in geophysics, but I changed my area, and now I'm studying economics and data science. I want to continue in this field of data, and I'm here to improve my English because I want to work abroad.
Awesome. How long have you been here?
Since October.
Wow. I didn't know about your degree in geophysics. Pretty awesome. Thanks a lot, Mariana. Juliana, how about you?
Hello, everyone. Good morning. So I'm Juliana, but my friends called me Julie or Ju. I'm living in Belo Horizonte. I'm a lawyer in data protection, and I'm a journalist too. And like Beatriz, I love it to travel. I love the mountains and this.
Awesome. Last but not least, Leo, please. I cannot hear you.
Yeah, I think it's microphone.
Sorry, I was moved. Now it's okay. Sorry, because you told me good morning, Leo, in the beginning of the class, and I thought that I had answered. Sorry, guys. Well, I'm Leo. I'm 28 years old. I live in Rio de Janeiro. I'm married. I work with project management and marketing. Today it's difficult to say because I studied marketing in my college, but now I work with data analytics projects, and it's a mix of different things. And so I love so much what I'm doing today, and I'm so happy for this with this class because I think it will be a kind of preparation too, because today at night I'm gonna have an interview, to the opportunity to work abroad, but working here in Brazil, and so I'm a little anxious. I'm trying to train after my job today. I'm gonna try to practice more, and so it's gonna be important for me.
Awesome. Very good. Congrats for it. And I hope you're gonna reach what you want. Yeah, I think this is really interesting because, it's not something that there is a very appropriate way to say about the things, or portfolio, or your life and so on, or achieve.
You're
We
muted.
need Yeah, we need always refresh our way to talk about ourselves, like, not only our job, but also our life in terms of, our goals, what we really want, our accomplishment and so on. So let's start here in this conversation, Beatriz. I always try to start from the first question, or and then we can, based on the answer, try a more natural conversation. Okay.
Okay.
So let's start from the first. That can you walk me through your portfolio and highlight some of your most successful projects? Here, we don't need to focus on the job, but specifically, but also talk about your life and all. I consider that this thing that I did was very successful because of that. Okay. So let's start from Mariana, please.
Yes, I have a GitHub with my code, with some projects, and I think for my career, the most important repository is the data science project. I have 2 codes there, and one has been done, and I want to put more there. I also have other repositories with data analysis about Python, SQL, and this kind of things, all in GitHub, on GitHub.
Okay, perfect. Ju, please.
So my portfolio, actually, I'm in transition for career and the communication for law, and I'm building my portfolio in law, and I have a project, and my projects in the development, but I think it's important to highlight my how do you say, my knowledge and communication. I can use it in my new career. The whole my communication and my knowledge, I think it's important to highlight.
Perfect. Beatriz, how about you?
Well, I can say that in my portfolio, the highlights are firstly the moment when I went out my home. I was 16, and I went to Pirassununga, which is countryside of São Paulo, to start the graduation, and this was a great opportunity to learn more things, not only about technical stuff inside the course, but also personal characteristics that I could develop in this opportunity, because I went out home and I could go out of my comfort zone with that situation. And after graduating in food engineering, and I started at procurement area, I started developing myself in the technical skills and strategic sourcing and supplier development, supplier management, and a huge challenge was more related to stakeholder engagement, which is the relationship with other areas, as the procurement area is more related to do something or bring a solution to other areas. So you are a buyer, but in the other hand, you also have to sell the solution that you bring to the areas that you're working for. So it's the beginning in the procurement area was more about it, and the development in this topic. And today I have already 10 years of experience in this area, and I would like to pick a project which was in a company that I worked some years ago. And we developed, or we implemented, a new area inside the procurement, which were the tactical cell. This little group would be responsible for some specific type of negotiations. That time, the procurement area was responsible for negotiating only the demands of 400,000 reais or more. And this new area would negotiate demands between 10,000 and 400,000 reais. So with this, we will bring some demands to procurement area that until that moment, the client area conduct the negotiation and the supplier management, and it would empower procurement area. So with this, we brought more than 20 million pounds to our management in a year, and we brought 8% of savings in these demands where we could work on. So it was a great experience for me, because I was responsible for coordinating this project and all the people involved on this. And it was my first experience in a leadership role also. So it was a great challenge and a great opportunity to development for myself.
Okay, very complete your answer. Like you were having, it feels like you have attending a lot of, job interview or something like that. You present all the things, like all the background and so on.
I'm working on that.
Okay, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm practicing it already.
Thanks a lot, Beatriz. How about you, Leo?
Yeah, I was thinking about that because, for example, my career is not a technical career. I don't have a lot of technical skills because my job today is focused on more relationship between clients and the company. Then I don't have, for example, to introduce my technical skills in, for example, Excel, Power BI, and other tools when I am inside of an interview. Then I try to start a conversation about my portfolio, explaining my functions and my jobs in previous activities where I had the challenge to handle the relationship between previous clients and challengeful projects. Then sometimes I mentioned a very specific point that for me it was so important in the beginning, in the middle of the pandemic. It was a e-commerce to a company in Peru that I had a challenge to handle and to deal with clients from Peru and making the connection between these clients and our internal teams. Yeah, I'm talking about tech teams and also designers, because we needed to develop a new e-commerce from the zero, until to the end, going through all the steps, realizing tasks, building the interface, creating all the screens. And it was a very, well, very hard and difficult project to handle because it's difficult to deal with a client that needs to understand technical issues in Portuñol. Yeah, and that was a very challenge for me. But I sometimes I try to mention this kind of challenge, um, explaining that my role inside of a company as a project manager is to realize the interface between designers, IT, leading the schedule, hiring people to build the team that's going to work totally focused on the job, and taking care all the process from the beginning of the project until to the launching. And when the project launch, for me, it's a kind of victory. Yeah, because we work sometimes 6 months, 8 months,
Wow.
totally inside of a project until the launching, and having some challenge because sometimes I'm working with a commerce, then after 7 months I change totally to don't work with e-commerce anymore, but games. And I work 3 or 4 months with games, and then we launch a new game for a client, and we're going to work with e-learning solution. Yeah, and then
Okay.
we are changing all the time, and sometimes trying to launch products that we never built before. And I used to talk more about that, about this kind of challenge, because my job interviews, it's not focused more, on technical skills. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so based on all of your answer, I was thinking here, let's, change a little bit, not talking about technical things, like how um, how do you maintain yourself? How can I say, instigate? How can you maintain yourself with focus to read and to solve your problem, like maintain yourself, live to do the things. Okay. A very open question. There is no right or wrong answer, just a curious. Ju.
I think keep me in focus, right?
Okay.
I like it to challenge. Thanks for solve problems, and I think this I like to use my knowledge to solve problems.
Okay. Right. Let me see from Mariana.
I'm a curious person, so I always want to learn more and more and try new challenges too, as Juliana. And I think that's it.
Okay, but what do you do to be, to move forward, like, you're to be refreshed, to stay alive, to solve your problems, to overcome your challenge, to move on. Okay, like, because sometimes it's very tough and you have to solve a lot of problems, you have to overcome a lot of, different problems that can reach. And how do you do to maintain this energy, uplift energy to continue? That's it.
It's difficult to maintain this energy.
Yeah.
But I
We know that.
try to think that it will be good for my career, think about my future, imagining myself earning money with these things. But it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. This question is, I would like to know, I'm very curious. I would like to know your behavior in terms of it. Beatriz, how about you?
The question is related to what I can do to continue moving on and continue developing myself. Is it right? Okay, so I think that technically I can say that to continue developing myself, I have I usually listen to podcasts and participate on online courses, and also I attend some events on my area. So it's very interesting to get to know about the innovation that we have in our area, and do some benchmarking with other companies, knowing what projects that they are working on, so we can apply something in our situation, our context, and some things that we can think about when we do a deep dive in our context, and we need to go outside and see the situation from another point of view and get new insights. So it's very important to share experiences and do benchmarking with other people and other companies. And personally, to develop myself, I think that it's very important to go ahead doing some courses and choosing some characteristics where we need to improve. So with the time, I managed to work on each one. So like communication skills or presentation skills, or now my English skills, and I choose each one to work on, and only and not everything that I have to work and try to do all the things at the same time, because I won't be able to do it with quality, and I won't succeed, and I won't feel good. So I think that we have to choose a path, and then try to choose what are the priorities and work on each one a day or a week, or the time that we have to work on that. It's a little bit hard, because it's not every day that we are, nice, I want to develop myself. No.
I'm very motivated today, every day.
Today I only want to sleep or watch some TV and go out to drink beer. It's very, very hard. But I think that we need to have some balance to not avoid the things that we have to do, and at the same time respect our needs, also our personal needs, and take care of our health also, not only physical health but emotional health also.
Important. Awesome, very good. How about you, Leo? What do you do to maintain yourself motivated every single day?
Yeah, for example, I'm enjoying so much the new way to work totally remote. And one way that I think to keep all the time motivated, uh, exercise it's important because when we practice physical exercise, I don't know why, but I can feel that we can work better all the during all the day, with a more light mental health. Yeah, I believe that's, I don't know the explanation about that, but I can feel well better and more positive. Yeah, and with less, also less anxiety, and I can feel better during all my day. And I also like to work when I'm totally inside of a project. I'm also trying to imagine when we're going to launch this project, how this project is gonna be, if the client will enjoy or not. Yeah,
Interesting.
what is going to be the deliveries that we're going to provide to this client, and how can we deal with the relationship between the company, the agency that I'm working today, and the clients in a way that we can, for example, um, going inside of this project, but at the same time trying to find ways and trying to find opportunity to expand and to go and to get other projects with this client. And then
Mhm.
I try to, for example, I'm developing a game for a client because of a need. Yeah, all the solutions is because of a need, and I'm trying to build a game, but also trying to discover other pain points in the inside of these clients. And then I'm building a game, but so when I have the opportunity, I try to talk with this client. So I remember that you told me about the other problem that you have, and what do you think about if we start to talk about that too? And how can we, well, for example, I can show to you other solutions that we have here inside of the agency, not totally related to games, but maybe we can try to help you. And I'm always all the moments trying to find ways to expand this relationship, to expand the deliveries that we have inside of the agency. Uh, and so for me, this is a kind of a mutual relationship because the client will be happy and we also will be happy because we will receive more money for that and more work. And for me, for, in my opinion, it's a very good way. When we are working in a project, what is going to be the next steps, the next projects that we, for example, we could sell to the clients?
Yes, I was thinking here in terms of personal improvement. This, this conversation here is a kind of window about what's going on in the society. For example, we know that a lot of people needs to learn English. Okay, that's the common. But we are here in a conversation with only 5 people in Brazil. Okay, so this is really, interesting if you start to think in terms of the statistics, because we don't have much people that have working in solving problem, with property, because it's hard. And for this reason, the company like that kind of people, try to ask the people about problem solving. What do you do to, how do you work under pressure and your achievement, and what you have done to maintain yourself motivated and so on. So this is interesting because, in every meeting that I've been attending on Talk and Talk, I see the same people. Like, so we need more people working on the things that we need in the society. If the people want, to get a good job, to be hired in a good job, and to solve the thing, to be prepared for this kind of thing. And if we want to be prepared, you need to work hard. That's what you've done here. okay, answering question and think about, oh my God, I never thought about this question before. You know, in every conversation that I have attended here on Talk and Talk, I always think the same. Oh my God, I never thought about that kind of issue or topic and so on. So for me, this is really, really nice. And it's a problem at the same time because it's, you know, we need more people doing things like this. I was thinking another question because we totally changed the topic, but okay, the conversations are, you know, it's been very nice. I was thinking here about how do you work under pressure? Okay, Marianne, you can start.
Oh my God. I don't like to work under pressure, but I think when I have to do a thing fast or a difficult thing, I don't know in English, adrenaline
Okay.
increases and my brain work is faster. I don't know why, but it seems to me that I can solve the problem faster, because if I have time, I leave the task for the last moment. So I think it's
Very Brazilian, okay.
yes.
I got that.
I think I work well under pressure because of this, because the adrenaline.
Yeah, I think it's kind of, it's a bad habit, like, you know, to postpone the thing,
Yes.
you know, very close to the deadline, and you know, the less time because it's kind of, it's a kind of about more neuroscience that we need to be in danger to do the things, and you know, so we don't know how to handle our energy, how to manage our time, you know, doing the things step by step, like, oh, we do it, or even, you know, doing the things in that not more shorter time. This is a bad habit, okay, but I do the same. I think a lot of people have done the same, and we need to work a lot, work hard to change. Okay, let me hear from Juliana.
So I hated this question because I'm a plain person, and I think the things for pressure the people, the employees, it's because of people like Mariana.
Wow, yeah, I never thought about that. Yeah,
Let's the things for the last seconds. I hate it. I like it to do the things plan and do for example, I have the how do you say the word, the expression? I need to deliver the thing in this time, and
okay.
I did it before, and I review, and this is need to fix, to change. Okay, and I deliver in the right time. But I hate the pressure, because this I like to deliver the best, and I hate behaviors like Mariana. Please.
But it was not like Mariana. I think the most part of people in Brazil, because it's kind of, we need to think more. Of course, I need to read more and try to understand, you know, the root of this kind of behavior. But I think the most part of people, it's not, you know, it's not common people like you that, you know, have planning all the tasks, you know, in the time. It's not an easy thing. Because of it, we have a lot of short course about time management. A lot of company have people work on time management. Beatriz, how about you?
Well, I feel very connected to the things that the girls shared with us. I think that procrastination is a human characteristic. Everyone has a little bit of it. And I am also in this situation, and discipline is a hard skill. And I with some frequency, I am in this situation also. So I try to organize my tasks and to set some goals for the day or for the week in order to guarantee that I can develop or improve. And regarding handling stress that you asking about, or working under pressure, I think that in my job and in my previous experiences, I have already faced this type of environment, and I'm adapted to it. I think that today I work in an environment that is fast-paced, and I need to handle with stress and handle with shifts on the direction that the area goes. So it's sometimes a little bit stressful, but I think I could manage to adapt to this type of environment, because you have two options: or you adapt to it, or you will still suffer a lot, and you have to do the work in the same way. So it's better to adapt yourself and go ahead, or try to search for another type of environment. But I think that many companies work in this way, and it's a little bit difficult to find an environment more stable and calmer, I think. So with these years, I could improve on that, and I can face tight deadlines and work with hurry and rushing some tasks, but it's okay, and I can organize my routine with this type of situation. I think that there are some days that are more are calmer, and there are other days that I think that I work for a week in just some day, and
Wow.
it's very, very hard. But I think it's just about to get adapted to it in order to avoid suffering with something that you won't control and you will not be able to change.
Yeah, very demanding. I was thinking here, I've been working a lot on trying to plan more. I've been working a lot. I really like, methods. I'm the kind of guy that like methods, but it's not easy to do the things since I was in my master's degree. And what I started to think also is that the more I plan the things, more I have time. But the more I have time, more I want to do more things. So, I messed up all the things because I can't do all the things. So I need to have focus on one task. And for me, it's a kind of hard because I feel that I'm a megalomaniac person, or, I like to do a lot of things, all very, I'm very instigated, and you know, with energy to do a lot of different things. So that's something that I started to work, get focused on one task and, you know, be more calm and so on. In my last experience, when I was almost finished my PhD, I was in a very interesting environment, was really new for me. That's a very demanding environment, but at the same moment, was very calm. And the people, you know, have working, you know, on time, doing the things in a very calm way. So for me, was surprised because I had the point of view or the perspective that the people need to stay under pressure all the time, because it was what I felt like my background, you know. I think I have taught that. But when I started to work on my PhD degree, I started to see a different point, you know, of behavior, the people work in a very calm way, and okay, I can do this today, and you know, the next day I will do the other part, and okay, and okay, and okay. And I start to see, oh my God, this is really healthy environment. For me, healthy environment is kind of, you know, very hair. But at the university that I did my PhD, was this kind of environment. And it's not a you know, a small university, it's a very big university. And for me, it was a surprise to see that. But let's hear from Leo. Leo, please.
Yeah, I'm totally equal to Mariana, what Mariana said about, well, sometimes when I'm working on pressure, I don't know why, but I work a lot and I can deliver the things in the time, but this is not good for mental health. Yeah, I remember the period of my career that I was working a lot, well, more than 12 hours a day, and so trying to deliver a lot of things. And of course, delivering more things than today, but also having problems with anxiety. Yeah, crisis of anxiety. I had a lot. I remember Friday night that all my friends they were going to play soccer, and I was at home, so having crisis of anxiety, and the job also has finished, but I was there, well, not available to play soccer, and also not available to do anything, just to stay sit on the sofa and thinking about the job. And for me, this it's not healthy. It was the period of my career that I did a lot of things, that I learned so much, but the life is not just work. Yeah, I prefer to spend 1 year to learn one thing that I could learn in 3 months on the pressure, but with a very good mental health. Yeah, I prefer to learn this in 1 year instead of 3 months. Yeah, because sometimes people talks on LinkedIn. No, you need to be a kind of a skyrocket. You need to go away. You need to, well, do your best all the time. You were going to be a kind of a Superman, or, well, I don't believe in this kind of
Work when they sleep.
yeah. No. Maybe maybe at the time that they are sleeping, I'm playing video game, maybe, but not working. And so I can feel the same thing that as Mariana said. But for example, my current job, I needed to work with deliveries all the time. I needed to build the schedule to launch projects, and we need to have deliveries, weekly deliveries. But even in this situation, sometimes I can procrastinate, and I think that sometimes this is a little healthy. Because, for example, if the client is not asking for some delivery, for example, on this Friday, I needed to deliver on job. but the client forgot to ask me. I'm not going to talk with this client. I'm going to talk on Monday, on next Monday or Thursday. I did the job, but I'm not going to look for pressure. I'm going to wait for the client sometimes. Yeah, of course, not in all situations. Sometimes we need to anticipate also, or sometimes we need to deliver on the date. But when I see my team in a situation that they are working a lot, well, doing a lot of extra hours, I'm not going to anticipate a delivery just to I forgot cumprir, yeah, cumprir o cronograma, just to do that. If the team is not in a good moment, I'm going to wait for the weekend and I'm going to look for the clients on the next week. Yeah, I believe we need to learn how to balance these kind of things on the job.
Yeah, I think it's not a problem if you want to do something that you like, for more than 24 hours, because sometimes the people like the thing. I think the problem of the work at, if you don't like, it's tough to continue doing the thing. And of course, for example, I consider that I learned English in a very fast way because I was here enjoying the conversation. More than only learning, I was enjoying the conversation. And, I have shared that a lot, that for me, the root of the learning is if you are enjoying the thing, you will learn very fast and you'll be more, you will get more energy to learn. And I could talk in here for a lot of time, different subjects and so on. So I think the problem is more if you aren't doing something that you like. And the job, this, and for example, demanding a lot of things that the detail is not involved, with the things that you like and so on. It's a job, it's a work. And if you want to maintain your health, mental health, emotional health, you have to, this is a job, I need to do this thing on time and so on. And I was also remembering other things about the deadline, this kind of the hurry of the deadline. Did you hear the term love bombing? Have you heard about love bombing?
No.
Yeah, I will explain briefly. Love bombing is like that couple that needs, the people, it's a kind of emotional demanding that the people believe that they need to live a love in a very intense mood, always in a very intense mood. Oh, I love that guy. Oh my God, I'm passionate about him or her. It's a loving bombing. It's the same thing that occurred in the terms of that deadline, because it's a kind of, our natural behavior to live intensely the things, because we believe that by doing that we can get more energy, and your body will work like, oh, you need to solve this and you need to live the thing. And I was, when I heard this word like love bombing, I was thinking about nowadays it's a news that I was reading. Nowadays, a lot of couple, they feel like it's boring to be together because we don't know how to live in a calm mood. We don't know how to, spend more than 30 seconds reading a thing, like, it's a TikTok mood. It's the same approach. 30 seconds first, you trigger your body again, trigger your body, and you can spend your whole day doing, because a lot of different content try to trigger your energy, like your attention, capture your attention. This is something very interesting because we can link with a lot of different behavior that we have felt. And that's it. I think I will, try to talk more about this kind of thing, This is really important because, you know, from your background, I think we enrich more the conversation. Like, you know, we have a different background and perspective. So this can enrich a lot the conversation. Okay. But we run it out of the time. So I will share with you the forms. If you like or not, you know, say what you want. If in a different suggestion, if you want to talk about different things and so on, okay, feel free to do it. Thanks a lot for this conversation. Okay, was really awesome, very good. I learned a lot. Thanks, and see you in the next week. Okay, bye bye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
See
you a
you.
lot,
Bye bye.
guys.
Enjoy the rest of your day.